Indulge in this Colorado high country gem. Check out the spectacular views as we travel up Clear Creek Road to Clohesy Lake Trail. Seemingly endless water crossings, mining ruins and ghost towns, navigating avalanche slides, picturesque lakes, and of course, a tasty cocktail. With special guest Rove and Reverie. So this is, I think it's this Clear Creek Road. Pretty flat. I mean, you don't need 4x4 or nothing like that. Nothing fancy, but it is absolutely littered, as I'm sure you're seeing here and there. This video with historical sites and old little mining establishments, and you follow Clear Creek the entire time, which makes it that much more beautiful. And then you're looking down the throat of the valley, and it's like something out of the Alps. It's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, keep mindful, there are people kind of flying around here at times, but tons of camping, like right off the trail. So it's, if you want to be farther back in there so you're not getting bothered, maybe not the place for you to camp, but that being said, they're gorgeous campsites. You're next to a river, surrounded by a giant mountain, so if you get a chance to get out here and check it out, I highly recommend it. Yeah, right, folks, this is the first historical interest area. You can go ahead and read all that jibber jabber if you want to. What I was basically telling you is down here is a sweet little cabin. Pretty cool. In Colorado, this is what they call a fixer-upper, starting at about $750,000. Ooh, we got a window. Riley, we could tuck you in here. And you really need to go if you're gonna use this guy over here. It's apparently had one too many explosive events go on. But we are at the Vicksburg Museum and parking. So let's go check it out and see what we got going on here, man. This right here is an old worn winch. This is what we used to get. This is what we use to get Toyotas out when they get stuck. I kid. Here's our winch. This would actually be a pretty cool place to stay, man. Yep. So these, all the way down there. People still own and live in these cabins. Pretty freaking cool. Live in them, which is pretty awesome. Is that magic? This is the first Overland trailer, right here. Rooftop tent fell off years ago. Absolutely tons of campsites, and many are right on the water. Alright, so we're at the little mining town of Rockdale, and by little I mean little. You turn right off the main road. It almost looks like you're going to a campsite, but this will take you down to the river, and it'll be the only, if I remember correctly, spicy part of the day, River Creek, that we have to cross, because the entrance is fine, but the exit, not so much. And this is a, if you don't know yet, 2005 Nissan Titan off-road. It does have a proper transfer case with floor low and a rear locker, but it is bone stock on pretty crappy tires. So we're gonna let the beefy Jeep on 37s, this twin lock behind me, scout the way. So this is what happens when you're a professional. Yep. Versus me, and I gotta use this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Forlow is engaged. This will be a nice comparison to see what a stock old Nissan Titan can do before we make it nice and fancy. This is actually a pretty cool long river crossing. You have to go downstream for a bit.
Click the subscribe and notification buttons. Helps a ton.
I may or may not have missed these exits and trundled up there for a while in the past. If I remember correctly, you go out here, and back down, and back up, and back out. Let's see. There it is. It's a little lower than normal. That's good, but I do not know about this Nissan Titan and that rock wall.
Sorry, never got a good shot of the rocky exit.
We are about to find some stuff out. Let's throw on the locker. Locker engaged. There's a skid plate. I'm really worried about putting a rock right into my door seal because I do not have rock sliders yet. Sliders are wet. Got 2-foot it. Oop, there's a rock. Situations, we just go slow. Look at that little Nissan Titan. She made it. She done made it. Sure, there's a big old dent right in the side of this thing, but you know, I can't see it from up here none.
All right, quick break from the video. I'm Dane with Grand Overland. Figured I owed everybody a quick synopsis of why I got this new rig, and we'll do a full breakdown and rig build later on in a different video. So it is a 2005 Nissan Titan Off-Road Edition, which the Off-Road Edition does get you some nice goodies. You get a little beefier suspension, you get bigger tires, you get some skid plates, and most importantly, you get a rear locking differential and some lower rear end gears. Some things have already changed: rims, tires, custom rack, awning, bigger, more power, can handle a bigger payload. Now there's some other stuff that is still going to happen to it. We need to put a lift on it, maybe a bumper, winch. A lot has been done on the interior. As we said, we'll do a full walk around of it. Inside is kind of a living space, and we'll get to that at another video. At under $10,000, and given how the market was over the summer, I am overly impressed with this thing can do, and really is a diamond in the rough when it comes to finding a vehicle without breaking your budget. Right, with the new truck, the new logo, new stickers. So I'm thinking, I don't know, the first 25 folks that comment below, get a hold of me and I will send you out a little package with some new swag. A little bit of a shelf road going on here. We'll get your attention on your wider vehicles, especially when you've got this for company on the other side. Not a lot of margin for error. So I'm sure y'all got bored of watching Dane do his thing in this stock vehicle. So the little camera back there, go film Tara and Rove and Reverie killing it in her JK rolling on 37s. And probably making this trail look easy as I'm making this look very, very difficult. And this house comes fully furnished with a Christmas tree already in the interior, so you don't have to worry about that every year.
All right, just creeping along through the aspens. Super pretty, and I think we're coming up to a rock slide area, which maybe you can see up there if I put the GoPro anywhere where it needs to be. So a few years back, a ton of freaking rock came down the side of that mountain, and this trail was shut down. And since then, they've carved a new way through it, but I feel like every year it's a little different.
My attempt at making a Jeep look at one with nature as it runs over and squishes all in its path. Majestic, right?
This place gets a ton of freaking avalanches, just snow fields. So be mindful, but it makes it a little bit more fun.
A few years back, our way was blocked when this avalanche was fresh and the trail was a tangled mess of blown over trees. Thank you to those that put in the seriously hard work at clearing this path. Just a sample of the mud puddles to come. This is a great camping area near the end of the trail.
Not supposed to do this, but I mean, it's a mud puddle. How do you not?
Just another white girl getting wet and dirty for YouTube clickbait. Sorry about that, folks. Depending on the time of year you come, don't bother cleaning your rig beforehand. Just a little scrabbly hill climb with some flexing. Nothing serious, but keeps things interesting. And yes, the Jeep wore it better. At the end of the trail, there is another large avalanche site. You can really see the power of that ice and snow with large trees tossed around like toothpicks.
And of course, we get right to the end of this trail, and oh, she's coming down, and we need to get to the lake still. Bummer. Worst sign ever. All right, so a little bit of a hike without the vehicles, and my non-existent asthma is acting up, and my deviated septum, and my obesity. But we get over this hill, she gonna be worth it. Of course, the kids don't even get it. But I give you Clohesy Lake. Pretty freaking sweet. Not freaking bad at all. All right. Welcome to another installment of Trails and Cocktails with Grand Overland. And this one is from an extra special location over at Clohesy Lake, which I can't think of a better backdrop. And actually, where we're standing right now used to be a fish hatchery that burnt down a real long time ago. Wish we could drive the trucks and Jeeps down here. We can't, you have to park a little bit up the ways, but hauled everything in. And we're gonna make you guys an awesome cocktail that you should try out on your next camping trip. We're calling it Rosemary's Bourbon Baby. So what you need is
a little bit of maple syrup, get the nice dark stuff, the rosemary, prehistoric giant lemon, and some whiskey, and what's left of the ice from the ice co. It was a long hike. I'm not gonna be upset about it. All right. First off, we're gonna get rid of this excess water. Dump it in this way too big of a container. And now seeing how big the container is, could have maybe cut it with some soda water, but I wasn't gonna carry that all the way up here. Next is you take the rosemary, don't need special tools. You just kind of wanna beat it up in your hands a little bit so you get a lot of the flavor and the scent coming out. Go ahead and toss that right on in there. Go ahead and cut the giant, well, actually soften it up first. Cut the giant lemon in half. And give that some real good squeezes. And there goes my dog, which is, it's like it's alive, it's fine, it's totally fine. Yeah, I mean, that salt guy can do it, so can I. And then if you want to be fancy about it, let's do a few garnish wedges. You know, so you can impress the friends. And this next part is going to be to taste. I don't like sweet too much, but everyone do their own thing. It's going to be the maple syrup. That seems like enough to sweeten it up and not give you diabetes all in one shot. And then for the coup de grace, ignore that, I was not drinking before making drinks. It's ill-advised. We got some whiskey, which we procured up in Wyoming. And now you can see with this giant jar why I wish I could have cut it with some soda water. Go ahead and give that a stir. Which, beautiful drink in a beautiful area. Cheers. You can really get an appreciation of this gorgeous location from the air. There are fantastic campsites dotted around the edge of the lake, trails zigzagging up into the mountains, and plenty of fish. This place is truly amazing. You can take one lap around the shoreline and head home, or set up shop for a few nights and really explore the area. Catch the next episode to see our exit, pretty sweet campsite, and epic lightning show from 13,000 feet. One finger around the line. See? Told you they were fish. And remember, what's your goal?